Hi, the name's Eric, and the subject of this video is called Parental Abuse is Happening, whether we are talking about it or not. And before we get to the video, I'm going to make it perfectly clear that I'm not a psychologist, nor am I a therapist, nor am I a cop, and nor am I an attorney. Now in this video, I have to make clear that, excuse me, I'm going to itch here, that parental abuse / child to parent violence is a subject that is happening whether our society wants to talk about it or not. I know a lot of parents, it's going to piss a lot of parents off, but offend some people, but you can understand that this is something that we do need to talk about. I say that my name is Eric, and I'm a child of the 1990s. I'm 34 years old. I say that no doubt those of you who are way older than me, who grew up in the 1960s, 1950s, 1940s, in some cases back to the 1930s and the Great Depression, remember a time when family was all you had to rely on, and that's not how you knew you could trust them. Okay, that's literally all you had to work with. That's also something you could count on. Unfortunately, with today's culture of social media and substance abuse such as drugs and alcohol, that's made the dynamics of family has changed, and not for the better, unfortunately for the worse. Combined with today's hyperinflated economy, with gas prices, housing prices, food prices going to the roof, more and more kids are choosing to move back home with their parents, which is causing family tensions to go through the roof. In some cases, turn into full-on parental abuse / child to parent violence, and a lot of you out there are suffering in silence. Out there, no doubt. I'd like to say that when you look at parental abuse / child to parent violence, the first thing that comes up is child abuse. And don't get me wrong, there's some assholes and there's some motherfuckers out there who abuse and neglect the kids. Don't get me wrong about that. At the same time, there are some kids out there who abuse their moms and their dads, in some cases both parents, in various forms. Via verbal abuse, emotional abuse, psychological abuse, spiritual abuse, in some cases financial and physical abuse. Out there. And yep. So also, the moms and dads who are suffering silence from this kind of abuse are only suffering in silence. In some cases they're actually losing their lives and dying because of it. They wouldn't speak out about the abuse they're suffering at the hands of their own kids. I like to say that I'm a witness to this kind of abuse. I witnessed my granny, / my grandmother, be abused by her own son, / my uncle, / my mom's own older brother from the years 2006 to November 2016, when she lost her life because of my uncle's abusive behavior towards her. And that's a 10+ year time span that she suffered in silence, not attempting to seek help. Because there's no kind of help out there for a parent who's being abused by their child. There really isn't. You only got one choice: go to the cops. And my granny at the time, plus my grandmother, didn't want to go to the cops at the time. Sad to say, and the abuse ended up catching up with her. And the whole point of this video is that this kind of abuse does happen, whether we want to talk about it or not. And it needs to stop. Let's say, all you parents are suffering silence, no doubt, like a battered wife or a battered girlfriend, you're suffering from a trauma bond, but also because your child and you love and you don't want anything to happen to them, you're dealing with a maternal bond, which makes it even more complicated for you to get out of that situation. So if you're going to get out of that situation, you're going to have to make some of the most tough heartbreaking decisions you ever made in your life. Get out of the situation, including potentially sending your kid to jail or prison as a last resort. Possibly even going to the gun range, if need be. The last heartbreaking resort. So always speak out about this kind of abuse and don't be scared of being judged. Or by asking him, did you abuse your child, or did you take him to therapy and stuff like that. Just don't give a you-know-what about that. Just speak the truth openly, and don't be scared of being judged. Because it's not then the person you're talking to being abused, it's you. So always speak out about this kind of abuse. And if any of you out there agree with me in the slightest, please click like on my video and subscribe to my channel. This is Eric, signing out.